Welcome back to the realest channel on YouTube, and guys, I finally got a trim, and if I say so myself, my barber done a good job. Listen, it's been a very interesting time. As I said, there's a lot of things for me to talk about, and the latest is Floyd Mayweather calling out Jake Paul and 50 Cent. Now, we know Floyd and 50 have bickered for years. Everyone knows this. Jake Paul is new to this industry of bickering with people outside of YouTube, and his name is now involved in the mix, and as I always say, credit to him because he knows what to do to get his name out there. We see Floyd basically spam Insta with different fight posters, same caption: exhibition in Japan, fight with Logan, fight with Jake and 50. So he's planning on having these fights all this year, which many people have sparked. It sparked a lot of people's interest because it's like, wow, Floyd, you've gone from just saying Logan to now adding these names to your list. But it's easy money, and a lot of easy money to be made, so why not? Now, it's interesting because we've seen a transition in Jake Paul. We've seen him go from a fan of a lot of people to making them enemies as he's grown up. Now, there's a video on Jake's channel, as we know, with him basically sucking up to Floyd and ridiculing KSI. So some things never change, but it goes to show how times can really change things, because now he's got Floyd chatting about him as a potential opponent, whether it be exhibition or not, instead of sucking up to him without his beard and pretending that he's his boxing coach for views. So that's very interesting, and Floyd used this as a point to belittle Jake Paul and kind of tell him to humble himself, because he feels like a lot of the culture that black people use and are a part of, he has used it and stolen it. So I feel like Floyd's just trying to dig a little deeper than it needs to be. Like, there might be some truth in what he's saying because it's evident, but it shouldn't be brought up as a point. I think that's a positive thing. I think it shows how influential as people we can be, and how attractive it is to be that way if you're building a brand, because since he has changed his persona, his brand is built, and we only can give him credit for that. But seeing Floyd talk about it was like, okay, yeah, you got some truth to what you're saying, but is it necessary? Do we have to talk about it? No, we don't. Jake responds with the poem, which was very well written. I don't know if he wrote it himself, but there was a few bars in there that I was like, rah, that one caught man off guard, especially the NBA Youngboy bar. Was a good bar. You know, it's not good to talk about people's family when people are talking about you. It's a bit of a step down. It's something that he does often, follows people's wives and stuff like that. So he has no boundaries when it comes to this thing. Floyd was talking about him personally. He's now deciding to bring his daughter into it, which is not to be admired, and is just a bit of a scumbag move. But it's war, and I guess there's no rules in this war. So very good poem. It's just interesting to see them two going back and forth when that's not even who Floyd is up against. He's up against Logan. There's less promotion for him and Logan than for him and Jake, but it's just because Jake right now is doing a great job of pissing everybody off. Next, he said that he doesn't want to actually fight Floyd, which I find it's a good way he got out of it. He's already committed to other things. But to say that Floyd's scared to risk his 50-0 because, you don't want to do exhibitions, those are like little tippy-tap matches. He wants to have real matches, and Floyd's scared to lose his O and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, mate, he's a bit of a helmet, to be honest with you, but...
It's like all very intriguing stuff to see, and it's intriguing to see that he can get these people's attention. We're talking about the top athletes in the world. He got the top athlete McGregor to speak on him, and he got the top boxer Floyd to speak on him. So, mate, the man knows what he's doing. The man knows what he's doing. And then, of course, mixed into that is 50 Cent. 50 Cent has always ridiculed Floyd for reading. Logan's copied the same thing, saying he can't read if you read this contract and da-da-da-da-da. And that's happened for years. I've listened to 50 Cent's book, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. He talks about Floyd in there as well, and how their relationship broke down. And now to hear them talking again about basically settling this long-term feud in a boxing match is just mad. And that is the most interesting of all the fights to me. 50 has said that he's too heavy for Floyd. And of course he is. He is too heavy for Floyd. But Floyd said in his captions when he spammed the gram that weights don't matter with any of these guys. And obviously weight matters. But if there's too much of a discrepancy in skill between the two people, then it doesn't matter anymore. 50 Cent does have previous boxing experience, but I don't know if he's ever kept that up or something that he's tried to harness and hone whilst he became ultra successful in other parts of his life. But to see these guys going at it is very interesting. It gives me something to talk about. And I also think, what does this do for boxing? What does this do for boxing right now? Because you got the biggest star in recent time of the boxing game entertaining YouTubers. You got one of the biggest rappers of his generation, if not the biggest of his generation, 50 Cent, mingled into this group now. And I don't know if 50 has spoken on any of the YouTubers, but his name is mixed into the same little bracket. And it's just mad to see how all the worlds are combining. And the catalyst of these worlds combining is Jake. Logan announced his fight with Floyd beforehand, but it's been a bit quiet. To spark an interest, Jake is a catalyst. So props to him. That's it. I ain't got nothing bad to say about Jake in this video. And that is because I speak the truth. If I say something bad, it's because he's done something bad, not because I'm a hater. And I'm really enjoying seeing you guys in the comments battle with or agree with my opinions. Because this is what it's about, isn't it? With social media, we're being social, everyone's interacting and engaging with what I'm saying, and I appreciate it. And it's also replicating in the views. So it's all love. I think I've said all I needed to say in this video. Would you like to see Jake Paul versus Floyd Mayweather in an exhibition? Or would you rather see 50 Cent versus Floyd Mayweather in an exhibition? We know he's fighting Logan, so I'm not going to ask you that question. But 50 Cent versus Floyd or Jake versus Floyd? Which one would you rather see? Comment below. It's the realest channel on YouTube. Shout out to Smart Stock, Team Smart Stock, all day, every day. And make sure you put your notifications on, okay? If you don't put them on, I may not pop up. And if I don't pop up and you forget, then sometimes check your subscription feed and you'll see my face. Hey, subscribe, like, all of that.
Life is full of open wounds and open patches, so at least I made a bed upon the finest mattress. Pillows with feathers disclosing in my endeavors. My heart bathes, speaking with passion, stretching the letters. Niggas move in Belgium, so they're sitting on the fence. Only do it pounds, we don't stress about the pence. Same up in the US, do it dollars, not the cents. Young boy or John.